Peace and blessings, family. This is Health Conscious TV, and welcome back to another episode of Food for Thought. On this episode, I want to discuss the Naked and Afraid Excel challenge that I've been watching recently. Naked and Afraid Excel is a survival show. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. But I was watching it with my wife the other day. We kind of binge watched it, and something got my attention, and I wanted to take a minute just to talk about it. So tune in. All right, family, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to Health Conscious TV so you can get your daily dose of health consciousness. And also, log on to Amazon and get the book Knowledge of Health and Miseducation of Dieting. It's going to support your weight loss journey. It's going to help give you a better perception of health and wellness and overall goodness for your mind, body, and spirit. All right, so on season 6, episode 9 of Naked and Afraid Excel, season 6, episode 9, in case anybody want to go back and watch the episode for yourself, one of the contestants had to medically tap on this particular episode, and the reason he tapped is because his digestive system locked up on him. Now, what I want to discuss is why did his digestive system lock up on him. As you know, Naked and Afraid is a scavenger hunter kind of TV show where you put out into the wild for 21 days. But the Excel version, you put out into the wild for 40 days. And you're basically being a scavenger. You're going out there testing your luck to see and hope that you can find enough to eat and enough to drink to sustain you for 21 or 40 days so that you can complete the challenge. Now, one thing that always stand out to me whenever I'm watching this TV show is that all the contestants, it seems like every one of them, at some point in time during the contest, is talking about protein. We're not getting enough protein. I need protein. Well, actually, that's a false statement, and it's a misconception about what their bodies actually need in order to help them sustain. Now, again, I just said that this is a scavenger show, so they're picking up whatever they can find to eat. However, protein is not at the top of the list of what they need in order to sustain themselves for 21 or 40 days in order for them to complete the journey. So for the contestant that had to medically tap, I think he mentioned that he had gone 3 weeks without making a bowel movement. And also during that 3-week time frame, he had eaten very minimum amount of calories. So practically his body was in survival mode, and it was hanging on to everything using the fat that he had and even eating into his muscle to burn calories to give him energy so that he could sustain and keep going. But eventually they made a nice size kill. I think they killed an impala, and they dried the meat out like a jerky style, and after eating the meat, he began to experience digestive complications, meaning that he couldn't go. Now, the reason he couldn't go is because the guy had not had any fiber, very little fats, and so we are in a culture where everybody talk about macros, and those macros are protein, fats, and carbs. Now, fiber is a form of carb. However, fiber is almost always left out of the equation whenever people are talking about what their body need in order to sustain themselves, not to grow bigger muscles, not to lose weight, but just to simply sustain yourself. You cannot leave out fiber. Now, that being said, an increase in fiber intake could help you lose weight, but this thought that you need protein, I think that watching this particular episode is great evidence to show that your body does not require the amount of protein that you've been conditioned to believe that you need. So substitute that protein with some fiber, because chances are you can eat a fiber-rich food that has protein in it, but you're probably not going to eat a protein-rich food that has a lot of fiber in it. Now, with the guy's intestines locking up on him the way that they did, it definitely could have created a life-threatening situation. It could have caused his body to become septic and set up all kinds of infections and life-threatening diseases. But I can say that probably wouldn't have happened if they had been in a location where they had plenty of edible plants. And so if he had been eating edible plants, and again, I know this is a survival show, it's scavenger. You got to eat what you can and to try to survive. And so a couple of things happened. One, he went so long without eating anything. And then two, when he did eat, it was all meat, all animal flesh. So because of the way they cooked it, it didn't have much fat to it, no carbohydrates, and definitely no fiber. So his body wasn't able to produce or wasn't able to digest it appropriately. And then it created this medical situation where he had to tap and leave and seek emergency medical attention. But if he had plants, edible plants that they could eat, that would have provided fiber and all those other nutrients that he needed, chances are he may have made the 40 days, or at least if he didn't, it wouldn't have been because of that situation where he had to medically tap. So let this be a lesson to all of the meat eaters. Whenever you're having digestive discomfort, you're having a hard time going, meaning that you're constipated and you got bowel block, to hurry up and expedite the situation, yeah, you may take medicine. But after you take the medicine, in order to help clear that issue, you have to start looking at what's on your plate and what you're eating on a regular basis. Because if you're continuing to eat the same way, you can expect the same results. And so when you're having digestive issues, be sure to consider increasing your fiber intake so that you can help minimize those issues, and have more digestive comfort rather than discomfort. My final thoughts are short and simple, family. Fiber is a very important dietary sustenance. You need it in order to sustain life. You need it for digestive health. And one of the best ways to get it is through eating plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables. You can start your day off with a big bowl of fruit in the morning, or a homemade fruit smoothie, and you can end your day with a large salad. That's simple enough. And then maybe include a dietary fiber supplement there in the middle of the day. But it's not hard to do. And so there's really no reason why we shouldn't be getting enough fiber in our diet. So I hope that this video helped increase the awareness of why you need more fiber in your diet and not as much protein as you think you do. And so I greet you all in peace, be well, and thanks for watching.